Alright, can anyone hear me? Is anyone able to hear what I'm saying? Yay! New achievement. Breaking ground. So yay, I can now start building my town center. That's basically what I was building up to. The town center, as you can see, is my bottleneck for creating the next tier of the settlement. Infirmary. Well, that's interesting. Let's go talk. Oh, it's an abandoned mine. So I will get the lumber somehow. And Mason Monty is gonna work on getting us the iron mines up and running again. Oh cool, and an iron smelter already exists. Sweet. Well, why don't we build the orchard first? Let's get a couple of orchards in there. And then let's take a look at the town center. So, unfortunately, this UI is a little bit lacking, but clicking on this gets you the upgrade screen for town center. So there it is, the infirmary. Oh, I need lumber. Okay, see, we need a lot more wood. Wish I could like trade with someone already. Lumber miller, ready? Lumberjack. Oh shoot, I need way more wood. Let's order up another logging camp. Of course, you need. Oh, here we go. You need So you'll see that some workers have this concept of experience. It's not applied to all workers yet, but some workers that where the jobs require some skill, we have this concept of experience Hopefully this is a little bit better. Hey Arston, no, you have not missed anything much. I just started the game. We are about, I want to say, 20 minutes into this new game. Here, I'll turn down the ambience for the game. Awesome. Alright, what was I doing over here? Oh, right, the mining camp. Still waiting. Forestry. You know what? I need wood a lot faster, so I want to get the double bit axe. And civil. Alright, I really like getting bookkeeping first. Don't know how we did that. Hey, Arston. Welcome to the stream. This is my first time streaming this game. Alright, building. Mining camp. Okay. Getting the mining camp. I need to attract a lot more workers. So let's go to housing and get some hovels. Yep. And what do I need for the infirmary? Okay, almost there for lumber. Alright, access to the ledger. Sweet. So let's take a look. Last 10 days. Well, clothing, firewood. Good to know. Nobody consumed any clothing in the last 10 days. Vegetables. Actually, here's a fun fact. Did you know you can click on this? Something like vegetable mix and take a look at where, like, what's happening. So we can see that gatherers produced 758 vegetables, and 729 were consumed as meals, and 1 unit of vegetables rotted in this time, in the last 10 days. And you can refresh, and no, nothing changed. Alright, infirmary. Yes, infirmary. I need infirmary. I need a lot more workers. Let's build that infirmary now, because it's available. Cool. Oh, these houses are now available. So if you take a look here, repairing a house is quite a bit cheaper than building a brand new one, because, you know, parts of it can be reused. So I'm just going to go ahead and repair this one. Alright, orchardists. Let's get people working those orchards. Oh, have a whole lot of wood here. Okay, I can maybe ease off a bit on the wood and put people to work in the mines. Mines are always useful. So that we will get iron ore, which can then be sent to the smelter to make iron, and then we can use that for building more houses. We have 11,000 firewood right now. Okay, I'm gonna hold off on the firewood, and let's send more people to the mines. Hey, glad you can join us, Ackerson. So all the different buildings here in the game take up different amount of space, and you can hover over this little pill here to see how much space it will take, 8, and how much is currently available, 2078. On the right side, if you scroll down a bit, you'll be able to see how your land is actually being used right now. So we have a lot of plain space, a lot of forest, a lot of mining space, and a little bit of city space. So the first and foremost way to get more space over time is to go through the different tiers, you know, to go from settlement to hamlet, hamlet to village, and so on and so forth. And another way that you can get land is through this explorer. So this is not explained very well yet, but the explorer is kind of going around the world over time, and eventually it comes across parcels of land that you can claim by sending workers to work on it. Alright, let's repair that house. I think we're, 62 workers. Oh, still haven't built that watchtower. Let's see what we need. Oh, of course, the watchtower also increases the amount of land available. Arston, so I'm thinking you're asking about the Explorer, in which case it is in the live version right now. Oh, another neat little trick here is the resource delta range. So the resource delta range would allow us to pick any number of days. And this will give us an estimate, basically, of our net gains or losses on any resource. So 10 is the default. So we can see that in the last 10 days, we had a net gain of 205 iron ore. Oh wait, 150. Sorry, 150 iron ores. When we translate that to iron in the last 10 days, that's actually only 40. So the 40, 60. So if we take estimates, we can say maybe in the next 10 days, we'll be getting another 50 iron and so on and so forth. This is useful because then we can kind of work backwards to figure out how many days left before we have enough iron for the watchtower. So hovels don't cost any iron, so I'm going to just build a lot more hovels. And that will help pad up our number of workers. And I'll send way more people to the mines. Okay, so Arston, you're asking, you've never seen those packets of land show up. I suppose they are pretty rare. Depending on the version of the game you're playing, it can be, I don't know actually. You may have to send me your save file for one where those packets have never shown up. I do know that there is an inherent number of maximum of some unit of land, and once you've hit that maximum, you won't be getting any more parcels of land, and instead you'll just be getting resources. And this is kind of to prevent the game from providing infinite amount of land. But let's do a quick check. I'm looking for the Explorer. No. What would the Explorer be doing? Well, events. I might have to check in the worker. Okay, so here is the land clearance project, and let's see, when do we get it? Maximum land clearance projects. Oh, you know what? There's a chance that maybe you missed where it shows up in the UI. Land clearance projects would show up in the city view under a new tab here called land management. And it could be a case where I just did not explain that at all in the game. So thanks, I'll definitely make a note of it. Alright, everyone stop working the orchards. How am I doing for food? 28 days. Alright, get more gatherers, so there's at least some variety. So, hey, look, we're in winter now. Winter started on December the 21st. Yes, I am that accurate. Why December 21st? Why not? Okay, let's get some more gatherers, builders, and how are we doing for firewood? Oh, our wood is trending down. Alright. Unexpected ring sounds. Oh, you know what? The ring sounds was pushed, so my latest dev version was pushed yesterday into the beta build. So anyone who wants to check out what I have so far right now is free to subscribe to the beta build in Steam. And that will get you the rain sounds, the new weather effects, this lovely little UI right here to describe what's happening. So we see there is 454.388 millimeters of snow currently. Soil is at 44%. That's actually 44% saturation with respect to water. There's no evaporation. Evaporation from the ground is 2.4%. Seepage is at a rate of 1 unit per day. And we even tell you how much daylight there is. Yeah. Oh, in case you're wondering, the daylight is based upon the time of the year. And roughly, if you think about the game, it's in the northern hemisphere and probably around the same latitude as London-ish. Oh good, our amount of meat is increasing quite a bit because we don't have a... Oh, you know what, we're so close to getting 100 workers. I'm just gonna add a couple more hovels. And watch this slowly go up. You know, maybe a nice feature here would be to, I don't know, have a in-game calculator that tells you how much more time you're likely to have to wait before you have all the necessary resources. I mean, if you think about it, it's simply... Yeah, let me just pull up a little calculator here on the side. So we're looking at 1500 minus 1343 divided by how much iron we're producing, 110 divided by 10 because we're looking at 10 days, so sorry, we're multiplied by 10, sorry, multiplied by 10, and we're looking at 14 days. And of course, by the time I figured all that out, we're almost there. Just gonna do a quick save. Oh, new forestry tech. Oh, I have 2 points I completely forgot. Alright. How am I doing for wood? Wood is actually doing surprisingly well. I feel like I've been cutting down a lot of trees, so maybe I'll unlock tree planters. And maybe get some hunting dogs in here. There we go. So, fun fact, I have 46,200 units of warehouse space, but I'm using 52,000. That's not good. That's bad. Once we're further along in the game, like in the hamlets tier, the overflowing warehouse will actually produce negative awesomeness. So it would be a good idea for me to slow down production of some of these things. For example, seed bundles. Well, that's why I need tree planters, right? Let's use up all those seed bundles from our tree planters. Tree nurseries. So tree nurseries, basically foresters going out into the forest and planting trees everywhere to recover what was cut down. Oh, I can build a watchtower. And what else? How am I doing for mining? Here we go. Let's throw everyone into... Wait, no, not everyone. Some people into orchards. But reduce this... forestry. Cool. So the more trees we have, another advantage is increasing the efficiency over gatherers. Gatherers, hunters, lumberjacks, they all work a little bit faster when there's more trees around, or tree and animal coverage. Do we have industry? Okay, coal shafts. Oh, nice. We can start mining for coal. Let's get that. What do you, okay, we need quite a bit more gold. About one AG, that's silver. So silver, copper. What do you think gold is gonna be? Yeah, I'll get another one of these. So here we can see why I may want to coal sooner than later. It's because coal is actually very efficient. So right now fuel needed every day is 50 units. And so firewood provides 2 units and we have 8,603 units available. Coal produces 8 units per coal. So it provides 4 times more heating power than firewood. Alright, so tier up. Settlement to hamlet. Oh, people are more aware of aesthetics and art's awesomeness comes into effect now. Beware of overflowing stockpile. Uh-oh. Yep, I'm gonna get hit with negative awesomeness the minute I hit continue. Oh, or there we go. Ooh, minus 11. Alright, let's go fix that. I think if we go to civil, we can start building some warehouses. Well, warehouses cost lumber, but stockpiles only cost wood. So I'll build them now. Now, unfortunately, stockpiles, they're cheap, but they take up space, and we're very uh, we're far from risking city space at the moment, but eventually it will come to a point where we should destroy stockpiles and build warehouses instead. Alright, workers 200, garden 0 in 0 aesthetics. Oh, so aesthetics, this is a tricky one. So aesthetics are so calculated as the average aesthetics value among all the buildings you have that have the aesthetics trait. Damaged buildings are counted, but their aesthetics is considered 0. Well, now I gotta be careful about which buildings have aesthetics now, eh? Oh. Merchant's intro. So everyone mentions these bandits, and I swear one day I'm gonna get around to actually implementing bandit events. We have a very basic working version of combat and creating battalions and hiring military units. But for the time being, I don't actually have the AI set up for bandits and the other factions yet, so that's kind of the reason why I have not enabled them for public. So basically Trader Joe just wants to let us know, hey, there's other trading guilds that exist in the world, and we can trade with them. Excellent. Alright. That created a new tab here, the trading window, and here we can see buy resources. Oh, well, we haven't met anyone yet, so nothing here to show. And no contract proposals yet either. They will show up over time. Hey, a civil one. Alright, so I can get the employment center. Setting hiring targets. Oh, this is very useful for, you know, when I know what I want and then don't want to sit around babysitting workers if any of them die or leave. Resource ledger. I think I'm okay for now. Standard measurements. 15% faster. Whoa. Okay. Aesthetic buildings. Okay. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention. I'm currently playing the game at 4 times speed, so that we can show a lot more of the game within the time we have available. But a lot of these events are kind of calibrated for normal speed, so it feels like there's a lot of new stuff coming in. It's because I'm literally running the game 4 times faster. So yeah. Standard measurements. Alright, it's hey, we made Altona. Nice. City of Altona. Alright, I'll get employment center because I really like that. And I can show you. Okay, so Altona has a contract proposal for firewood. So, oh man, so much pressure. Alright, pause. Alright, so 10 days between shipments, okay, with total shipments of 3, so it'll be a 30-day long contract. We can toggle between individual shipments and totals. So in total, we're going to be exporting 900 firewood for some money. Actually, this is pretty good. 11 silver. I only have 2 So this is 5 times my current treasury amount. So I think I will accept that. There we go. Resources. So here we can see, hey, so this is what Altona currently has. Altona, they're interested in buying these resources, and here's what they have to sell. You might have seen, so we have a heart here. The idea is we have to build favor with these guilds, kind of like, well, your favor with them. I'm not sure how else to describe it. So you build favor by completing contracts with them. Every time you successfully complete a contract, you get more. And if you commit to a contract but you fail to deliver that contract, you lose favor. And building favor is really important because a lot of these trading guilds, they have valuable resources or rarer resources that you'll need further down. Plus, also the more favor you have, generally speaking, their prices will be reduced. So instead of asking for like a 50% markup on bread, they might only ask for a 20% markup. So, you know, it's nice to build favor with your trading buddies. Industry tech. Metallurgy, steel smelter, scrap steel. Okay, maybe useful. Coal. Specialized tools. The tool smithy. Oh, you know what? I should probably get this. So, having tools, having specialized tools means people who get access to tools work faster. Always nice to have. You know what? I should probably get a lot more housing. I'm gonna queue up. Well, so I'm holding down control. When you hold down control, you can add 5 at a time if you can afford it. And some houses. Oh, I can get upgrades for them now. Seller. Should I get the upgrade? Let's take a look. The seller costs. Whoa, that's a lot of lumber. You know, I think I'm good for a warehouse now, after building all those stockpiles. Food. I am heavily dependent on orchards, and it's still summer. You know what? I'll order some orchards. And gathering huts too. Well, more houses means more people. More people means more hungry people. Whoa, whoa. Refugees. Dr. Manhattan. Okay. Refugees seeking shelters. Okay, so the refugee is a fun little mechanism that can completely destroy you if you're not prepared. So what happens is, here's my executive decision. I will be taking on 33 workers. In return, I'll be getting some provisions that they're bringing with them. 33 workers, that's well, about 30% of my current population. I do have slots for them to work, but I would have to really quickly ramp up adding some more housing and stuff. So sure, let's do it. Let's accept my refugees. Okay, so you can see here, whoa, I'm at 151 out of 120 workers. Now this thing doesn't tell you it's bad, but behind the scenes, bad things are happening. Some invisible stats that affects your awesomeness is things like crime, spread of disease, and when you're overcrowded, the chance of disease goes up. The chance of crime goes up. The chance of things going missing or lowered or less efficient workers. They're all little things that kind of add up. So I'm gonna just assign everyone to work everywhere. Actually, maybe that was not a good idea. Let me reduce number of hunters, set them to do lumber milling. And how are we doing with building? Let's get a few more houses and a few more hovels. Oh, my tool smithy is available. Cost very reasonable. I have so many buildings queued up. I'm on the second page. Forestry tech point. Okay. Soil. Construction wood. There we go. 2 more lumber per batch for the same amount of wood. Excellent. I need that. So that should be immediate increase to how much lumber I'll be getting per, well, day, per batch. Okay, so now that the toolsmithy is available, here's what we know about tooling. So every day, so current demand is 199 units of tools, and currently 0. We don't have any, and no one's using them. I had some toolsmithy. You know what? I'll move them up a little higher priority. There we go. So quick explanation, the tool base is based on the number of workers and what they're doing. So heavy industry workers like miners and builders will demand more units of tools. I kind of equate units to the hardiness and the specialization of the tools. On the other hand, general workers don't really need a whole unit of tools. So I believe they're at 0.5. So for every 2 general workers, you only need 1 unit of tool. And the idea here is when you get to 202 out of 202, then everyone's got tools. And over time, the amount in use will decrease and get replaced if you have any sitting around. So it's pretty important to have tool makers. Here they are. There we go. 6 tool makers. Agriculture, finally. Alright. I got one choice. Fruit baskets. Okay. Oh man, so everyone is just basically eating nothing but fruit right now. Yes, that's not good for you. Eating nothing but fruit is likely to lead to some digestive problems, but I suppose it's better than the alternative of, starving or fighting for that scrap of meat and vegetable. Civil updates. Seasonal workers, resource ledger. You know what? I want to get the resource ledger. Keeps track of natural resources. Alright, so this gives us our... There we go, beautiful. Natural resources view. We have a graph here to describe the amount of tree growth in the last past year and a half, I believe. I think 18 months is the time period. As you can see, boom, went straight up after we started planting trees. Okay, I'm getting a little bit concerned now that it's almost winter, so November 9th, and we have 34 days of food remaining, but let's not forget that food does rot. Yes, even in the winter, food rots. In fact, right now, let's do last 30 days. In the last 30 days, we lost 4,973 units of fruit to rotting. So this estimation right here is just based on what people eat. It doesn't actually think about what could rot in the next 36 days. So keep that in mind. Alright. Let's get some more. And some more gathering huts. Let's see how we're doing for tooling. City view, necessities. Oh, so here we can see currently in use 367 units of tools. In demand 209. Clothing. Okay, so now we have demand for some clothing too, but we don't have anyone making clothes. Oops, that's not very nice. Well, I suppose in the winter, I could just import food from Altona. They have quite a bit of bread available. We need one garden and one inn. Let's take a look. When can we... Okay. Inn. So we are about 10 silver away from getting that in. But we're currently... What are we doing here for contracts? Oh, here we go. We can export. Oh, they are asking for a lot of fruit. Oh. Okay, Altona. I will accept the lower amount and decline this one. Oh man, they want fruits and it is winter. So all my orchard has stopped working. But fear not, I gotten a lot of gatherers working. I guess they'll be scrounging for berries to export. Meanwhile, I think I need to impose a ban on eating fruits. Yeah, so that means they're going to be their only sustenance is going to be meat and vegetable, because I don't actually have bread. Well, let's see. And I sold off. I'm selling off 20,000 units of. Whoa, 107 silver. Okay, noted. That was not a very good idea of me to sell off all that fruits. Oh, vegetables. Yes. I need vegetables. Forestry, hunting seasons for hunter. Oh, construction wood too. +3 lumber. Yes, please. Industry. Stone cutting. Oh, that's a useful one. There's a lot of buildings that require stone. Textiles. Oh, this is how we get, well, if I need to be further along. Meeting Kitsilano. Oh, yay, finally met the other neighbor. Carpentry. You know what? I'm gonna go for stone cutting. I think stone cutting will be useful. Stone's always a good resource to sell to make money. So let's take a look. Industry, stone quarry, cost. Yeah, we can get one of these. Alright, let's take a look at the ledger. How are we doing for fruit? Consumed, produced. So, we stopped eating it. Good. We produced quite a bit of it from gatherers. Oh, we have a small army now of gatherers. 65 of them. So that's good. You know, maybe we should be able to let everyone eat again. 9 days without sufficient food. Oh, uh-oh. Yes, you guys are hungry. Let me go ahead. You may have fruits. Uh-oh. See, when people are hungry, they're not so healthy. Cold, insufficient fuel. Oh, firewood. Okay. What am I doing with firewood? Log splitting. Not nearly enough. Okay, firewood camp. What was my coal? You know what? There was a coal mine. Oh, never built a coal mine. Oh, because it cost the money. Oh, I have money now. Inn. Yes, I have money for the inn. Still not enough for the garden. luxury. Right, so another thing that we have available now is luxury. Sometimes you can't fight crime, and sometimes people get sick, health goes down, and you can basically use luxury to increase it if you have any available. When luxury is consumed, it will provide you with a little bit of resource, a little bit of gold, not a whole lot. Like as in compared to selling the luxury item itself. But on the plus side, you don't have to worry, you know, it's one more way to keep your awesomeness going even though times are dire. Okay, we're almost through the winter, so I'm gonna go and start up the letting immigrants come in now. Right, build some buildings for them. Yay, it's spring. Okay, we survived winter. Not bad, not bad. Good thing we had an army of gatherers. Yes, it was cold as hell and we did not have enough firewood for everyone. Sorry, guys. Yeah, sometimes I feel a little responsible for my villagers. Oh, Kitsilano would like seeds. No way. Okay. Take them. Take the seeds. Wood? Yes, take the wood. Oh, man. Let's reduce my hunters, put them all to orchards. So sometimes people ask me, what do you do about rotting food? Is there any way we can reduce rotting? Yes, there is. There's a couple of upgrades. I believe they're in agriculture. One of them is, let's see, oh, it's not available yet. There should be one upgrade that will reduce the rate at which food rots, but only a little bit. And there's another one. Is it called? No, not this one. Basically a preservation method, which becomes unlocked a little bit later in the game. And different foods, well, so meats, you can smoke it, and smoked meat lasts 10 times longer than regular meat. Fruit preserves and pickled vegetables. Yeah, so I think those are the three things that can be preserved. And well, bread, it takes a while for bread to go bad. You know what I just remembered? We can start building vegetable gardens. Yes, well, vegetable farms. So oh, that's okay. They require stone. And I think that means we want some more people working on stone cutting. I'm pretty good on tools right now. Well, you can hear all the rainings happening. Yeah, I think the algorithm for the sound effects, like the rain and the wind, can be adjusted a little bit. There's quite a bit of overlap at the moment. I'd like to get away from that overlap. It kind of makes it sound chaotic. A little jarring, you know. Alright, getting these aesthetics is going to be a little bit tricky. So, aesthetics. So, if you take a look at the description for house, house has aesthetics 2, a hovel, nothing. So, building a lot of hovels won't contribute to aesthetics at all, but house would give it a 2. It's not bad, but it's not great either, because we want our aesthetics to be 8. So 2 is kind of bringing down the average a little bit. But on the other hand, an inn has aesthetics of 30. And garden 25. And we can build multiple gardens. Oh, when we have wood. Look at that. I didn't even watch my wood. Wood. What's going on? Lumber millers. Log splitters. Oh my god, I forgot. You guys are just chopping away wood there. 29,000 firewood. Oops. My bad. Anyone want to buy some firewood? Oh, you want to buy some seeds? Sure, you can have that. Give me the gold that I need. Oh, it's a hot day. Hear that? Hear the cicadas? Okay, we got some more town center. There we go. You can get a town bell. Add 215 aesthetics for the town center. Yeah, we have 50 AG. Ooh, expensive. Okay, I'll get it. Days of food left. Uh-oh. Ah, food. Let's get some more vegetable farms out there. Orchards. It's summer. Quick. More people. Army of gatherers are again. Faster animal growth. Well, yeah, probably a good idea. Clay digging, clay pits. Added to the quarry. Okay. Buildings. Industrial. Stone quarry. Here we go. We can add a clay pit. Awesome. How are we doing for food now? So when we click on gatherer, so here's what I did. I went to fruit and gatherer. I see gatherers produce this. What else do gatherers produce? Well, they produce a lot of fruits and a lot of vegetables. Nice. Found a few seeds, herbs, and a bit of firewood too. Busy gatherers. What was consumed as fuel? Just coal. Construction. So here's our construction usage in the last 10 days. Surprised? Yep. That is the town bell ringing. Remember we just built the town bell? Yeah, so now it will, on the first of a new month, it will ring once for each month, I guess. So for October, it rang 10 times. Fun little feature. Or, yeah, I'm gonna call it a feature. bell is gonna go off once every month. Yeah, I think I'm going to add a setting somewhere so that it may be something here. Town bell. Maybe it should go off just once to mark a new month instead of once for, 10 times for October, 11 times for November. Oh god, it's gonna go 12 times for December, right? Well, maybe I'll mute the game. I completely agree. It's so much louder on headphones than with my speakers. Actually, let's see if we can do that right now. So season. Who plays the bell? The bell would be played from the main game screen, actually. Bell. Okay, if it's a new sound, then do this. Well, here comes. I think the other problem was I added this little thing here, which basically says if the configuration says to use fade, then we take into account the volume. Otherwise, I just added this line here. Before, I don't think it was accounting for the set volume, which meant it was going to be so much louder. Where's my config? Play sound for bell. Repeat fade. Oh, fade is false. There we go. Since there's no fade, well, yeah. My bad. So now it should be a quiet bell. Like half as loud as it was before. There we go. And I guess it was about half as loud. I'll have to make it even quieter and wait for February. While that's happening, I wanted to work on town sounds, town bell, ring the town bell to mark a new month. If I go to settings, okay, it's not showing. Games data options. Okay, so okay, that was definitely not as loud. So I think the code change worked. Okay, so now I added this new option here. I want it to be defaulted to true. Let me see if I can change that. Option sound K name would be what's the name? The name is going to be the key, which is going to be town bell. Okay, so option the sound the town bell. The sounds there we go. The sounds the town bell equals true. And once that's set to true, I also want to see if it's going to be respected via the game screen. So new month, this. So if it is a new month and the user has stated that they would like to hear the town bell, and we have the town bell built, then we're going to play the sound file, and we'll repeat it a number of months we're currently on, and delay is don't worry about that. Save. Okay. Everything there looks good. Actually, I just noticed the time. It's getting pretty late. Does anyone have any questions about the game, about developments, about what's coming up, etc.? I'd like to give you guys some time to ask these questions so I can answer them and then wrap up the stream for today. So what's coming up? Okay, so one of the new things coming up obviously is the weather system and how it's going to replace the older way of managing disasters. For example, flooding and blizzards and droughts and stuff like that. For the military stuff, absolutely. It's still on the list. Actually, let me see if I can show you something. You probably, for those of you who play with a beta, you're probably aware that there is a way to turn on the military mode. Let me see, remember cheats. Enable military. Alright, and that triggered the group of rangers approach the town. They look badly hurt. And this basically starts up the military campaign. So you've unlocked the spearman unit. They're a basic unit equipped with a spear and can be devastating to cavalry. To show you really quick what that looks like. Military. Okay, so unlocking the military unlocks two things. One is the military tab, and the other is this very crude looking world map. So the world map is actually kind of cool, I think, because now for the first time you'll be able to see where are you relative to the rest of the world. So here's Elwood, that's where you are. And as you can see, you're kind of off in a corner. Just a little corner of the world here. You go south, eventually you fall upon, here's some green people. The green is the domain of the psychopath. You can go west. and you see that the red is the domain of the warlord, and he's kind of off on his own island right now. He can't really touch you just yet. One of the reasons is that I haven't been able to I haven't been able to describe just how ships work. Here we have the purples. This is the domain of the princess. So here's her capital, the Castle Grey. Yeah, so when you see the... Sorry, this bell's annoying. Okay, so regarding caravans, yeah, when the caravans are moving around, you probably noticed that it said, hey, we're now going here, we're on routes to this location, routes to that location. That's actually being calculated in real time based upon their current location in the world. So that's pretty cool. Let me see if we can actually demonstrate that for you. Let's take a look at our trade. Buy resources, and let's send someone to Madawaska. Let's send them off with an order to buy a single unit of bread. Alright, so we're going to hit submit order. Alright, en route to Elwood Gorge. And if we open up the world map, Elwood Gorge is right here, so we can see that. I know it doesn't show it, but basically he's on his way here, and then he's going to find the most efficient path from here to Madawaska, the city of Madawaska, which is over here. Yes, you will get ships eventually. Don't get too excited. They're kind of like caravans, in the sense that they're just entities in the game, right? It's not. I think for the version 1, we're not going to go with any ability to upgrade them or something. It's just some vessel that gets you from point A to point B, only this time across water. You might have remembered that in the web version of the game, there were these shipping lines that basically said, hey, if you owned a port city, like the Wharf of Winnisk, then you were able to go from here to another city, even if you didn't have a direct path through the roads. Good. So, you know what? I'm going to show you something right here. I think it's cool. So here we have the crow's nest. We mentioned, this is the lair of the bandit leader. He called himself the Crow King. So the Crow King has his base at the crow's nest. And yeah, so here is his battalion. Here there's no units in this battalion. Their current order is to defend. Well, there's no units there. So then from here, here is my current battalion. I have a spearman, and there is currently 12 units out of maximum 60, and they represent a unit power of 120. This is kind of a way to describe how powerful a unit is relative to others. I can give them the order to attack, and you say, whoa, where can they attack? There's a lot of places. So I have an embedded map here. Ooh, I need to fix this. This should be stretched across the screen. But basically I can say, hey, I want them to attack the crow's nest. Crow's nest. Crow's nest? It didn't work. Alright. Crow's nest is here, 53 miles away. Click that. Attack. Yes. Alright. So now his current order has been changed to attack. And we can watch. Hey, look at that. He's moving. So you can see these little dots. You can track how he's going to move from here to here, and probably here, and then eventually here. Oh, and movement is slow because I'm currently running on 1x mode. Let's go fast. 4x mode. Run, run, run! Okay. And you probably noticed that nothing happened, but I have a blue dot here now. And this circle turned from brown to blue. That means I took it over. Yay! I took over the crow's nest with 12 guys. It's kind of because the bandit wasn't really defending at the moment. So yeah, that's attacking, and now I can tell my guys to, hey, let's go defend. Well, I'm allowed to defend the crow's nest and Elwood, because that's the only two cities I have. So I'll tell them, yeah, go back to Elwood and defend Elwood, please. So there goes the little guy. Let me see if I can do something about making this a little bit more interesting. Let me generate some bandits and attack. Okay. I forget how to do this. Faction ID. Okay, so, oh, in case you're wondering, here is the in-game console. So I can add something for bandits. Location is Old Caravansary. Size 50. There we go. So now I just generated a battalion of size 50 for the bandits here. Their current orders to defend is that as a default. Oh, and since this is all in development and I'm playing around, I'm allowed to give them orders to attack. Yeah. So, holy crap, that's a lot of horsemen and archers and spearmen. So I could give them the order to attack. Let's get them to attack. They should take Crow's Nest back. They should attack the old caravansary. I just spawned them here. They didn't actually take over the city or the node. So attack. Okay, close. Let the game run. They took it. Now I want them to attack Crow's Nest. Go. So there, they attacked. Alright, now let's make this a little bit more interesting. I am going to... Oh, wait, look at that. The AI kicked in. The AI said, hey, I have units. I'm going to go and, really mess things up for people. So now you can watch the bandit as it decides, hey, look at that. They took over Elwood Gorge. And where are they going next? I don't know. See, so now the AI is taking over. The AI's routine, now that it has some units, it can decide what it's going to do. And just like so in the web version, it was based on very simple routines. My current target is this location. I am going to attack it with as many troops as I can and go. In the Steam version, it's still that basic routine, but it has to also consider what are the consequences of attacking an area or how long it'll take to get there. Because this is all real time now, so movement is real time, and timing of units getting to a node, that all has some impact on the outcome of the battle. So I'm going to generate just Gym Battalion, but this time I'm going to Gym Battalion, but I'm going to do it for the player. So that's me at Elwood of size 50. Alright, so I'm generating a battalion for myself. So now Elwood has two. The Frozen Head and the Rose Wooden Claymore. So here's the new one, the Rose Wooden Claymore. There we go, a bunch of archers, horsemen, and spearmen. Alright, let's do something fun. Let's get them to attack. Oh wait, You're defending. Let's get the bandits to attack. Cheer to be bandits of the crow's nest. Oh no. Ah, I can't select the other guy. The other one. Alright. I will change dots. Gen battalion and attack Elwood. Go. So this is how I test things. Through cheating. So I generated a battalion to attack Elwood. Bam. Okay, so now we have 2 larger battalions fighting. And here the green and red, you can see it's kind of like the log for what happened in the battle. There's a lot of details. Concluding battle. Okay, no more units. Alright, so what happened? Can I... people aren't so happy with me, eh? There's no food. Oops. You know what? I don't remember how to display. Oh, there's a fun bug. Huh. What's causing this bug here? No, I forgot how to open up the battle log. There's a log that's supposed to show you recent battles and what happened in them. Dots. Show. No. View last battle. Well, that's not very nice. I just crashed my game. Oops. Reload. Yeah, so as you can see, there's still a lot of things to work out in this feature before it is ready. Alright, so this is all the time I have today. Thank you everyone for joining me in this stream. It's been a wonderful experience talking about the game and answering all your questions. I will definitely try to make time to do this again. But for now, thank you everyone for joining, and happy prosperity.